إنك البصر إنك الشر قدير يا رحيم اللهم إنا ولدينا المسلمين والمسلمات ومن يومنا فتحياته الأمر يا حميد ربنا آتنا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم ربنا تقبلنا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتمنى يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Nanti foto mas boleh buka kan? Itu 20 minit before kira azan 8:28 6 paling lewat 8:05 lah. 8:05 antara 8 to 8:05 lah, 6:20 lah. Okay. Kira azan 8:28 kan, so 6:20 antara 8 between 8 to 8:05 lah. Betul lah. So once dah habis tak payah buat apa-apa pengumuman kan, so jemaah tahu so dia ada live juga. Tes. Ini mic untuk ini. Mic mana berapa? Oh. Okay, syukran. Baik, alhamdulillah. Itulah dia sihat. Alhamdulillah sihat. Kita salam buat kat bawah je. Itu dia rindu tu bila dapat datang tu. Alhamdulillah. Salam. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Itulah dia tu rindu tu. Dia datang tu pas kerindu. Allah Akbar. InsyaAllah doakan saya Ustaz. Sihat. InsyaAllah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inu wa nastaghfiruh ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Alhamdulillah, all praises be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us all the sustenance which we need. Alhamdulillah. After 2 years of online, Alhamdulillah, today we have the opportunity to meet in physical. I hope those who have been following my class, Alhamdulillah, you are doing well. Okay, before I begin, so Isha is 8:28, so I have to finish 20 minutes earlier. Okay, as we understand, so they need to sanitize this place and everything. So inshallah the kuliah is about 20 to 25 minutes only. Okay, so inshallah no problem. Those who are watching live, they will watch as per now. Those who are here physically, Alhamdulillah. So far, we are now in chapter 12, Babu Salatil Jumu'ah, or we call it Al-Jumu'a prayer. So last week, I have discussed through online, okay, recording, that what we call it the introduction of Jumu'ah. So maybe I will recap a bit, do a short of revision. Jumu'ah prayer, as we know, okay, it is only held in 1 week, one time, which is on Friday. Jumu'ah in Arabic, Friday. So that prayer is held only in Friday. Okay, number one. Easy for us to remember. If anybody asks us, what is Jumu'ah? Jumu'ah is Friday. What's Jumu'ah prayer? We give all kind of stories sometimes. Why? We don't want to drop our water face. But actually sometimes we don't know. Easy to remember. Jumu'ah, if Jumu'ah prayer, it is held only in Jumu'ah, number one. When is Jumu'ah? Friday. So now come which timing? So Jumu'ah prayer is replaced with Zuhur prayer. Jumu'ah prayer is replaced with Zuhur prayer. So the timing is clear. When is Jumu'ah prayer? Jumu'ah prayer is on Friday. Second, what time? Jumu'ah prayer is replaced with Zuhur prayer. So Zuhur is what time? That time is Jumu'ah prayer. Ustaz, Zuhur is 4 rakaat. Jumu'ah is 2 rakaat. Where another 2 rakaat? Imam go up the mimbar, khutbah, replace 2 rakaat. Correct? The Imam go up, give salam, sit down. Muazzin will call the azan, second azan. After that, the khatib will stand up, deliver the sermon. Khutbah, first khutbah. After that, he will sit down. After that, the Muazzin will recite salawat. After that, the khatib will wake up for second time. 2 rakat. Then 2 rakat is the prayer. Then what is the difference between Jumu'ah prayer and Eid prayer? People will ask us everything, right? The difference between Eid prayer and Jumu'ah prayer, khutbah start first, then the prayer starts. Eid prayer, Eid is what? Hari Raya prayer. Hari Raya prayer is prayer start first, then khutbah. And the prayer, each rakaat will have, first rakaat will have 7 times takbir, second rakaat have 5 times takbir. But Friday prayers Don't have 7 or 5 times. It's only takbiratul ihram only. Okay? So these are the few things we remember. That's it, finish. No need to have all kind of long story. So Jumu'ah prayer. But if you're going to write for exam, it is different. But for you to understand, sometimes here and then, some of us Jumu'ah prayer start to scratch the head. Because before we go to that topic, we must understand the definition. If we don't understand the definition, we will not understand what we are doing. So that's why it's very, very important. So what I discussed last week, I do revision now. Maybe some of you who have not watched the video through the Masjid Hasanah's Facebook, so at least you are present here. We do some short revision so that we will know before we enter into the hadith. The hadith does not discuss anything about the definition. This definition will be studied in the subject called fiqh. As what? If I'm not wrong, this is my 5th year I'm teaching in this. Still my kuliah running for 5th year, Alhamdulillah. 2018 I start, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, correct. This is my 5th year. If I finish this year, 5 years, Alhamdulillah. And we are still in the same book. We completed 1 bab, Kitab Jami', and now we come Kitab Taharah completed. Now we are in Kitab Salah. So every single new chapter before we enter in, always have discussed the definition for us to understand. And this Salah Jumu'ah, now we are in pandemic time. When we talk outside pandemic, it is very clear for all of us know, it is compulsory for us to perform our Salah Jumu'ah. Okay, the hukum is wajib, and we will say fardu ain. What is fardu ain? Fardu ain is compulsory upon each and every one of us. Everybody. If you fall that category, it is compulsory for you. Let's say you reach 10 years old, you need to pray. So that means you are 11 years old, Salat Jumaat is compulsory upon you. Salat can be an case-to-case basis for the wajib to fall off. Okay? For example, you are doing a job which you are needed at the time. Let me give an example. For example, doctor. He is doing surgery, operation. Azan Jumat. I stop, I go and pray, and I come back. What will happen to the patient? Or the patient suddenly got heart attack or serious matter that the doctor have to attend. And the doctor is a Malay. Then how? So, Salat Jumat will be replaced for the doctor to pray, Zuhur pray for rakat. Because he has something urgent to attend. Let's say a policeman, he's chasing a group of criminals. Azan time, okay, I go and pray first. You run. Is it like that? No. So that's why there is a kaidah. But not everybody says, oh Ustaz, maybe you're working as a delivery man. And urgent, you need to deliver this good. I just give an example. This is just a general example. Not say all delivery men excuse no. Just giving an example. And this item must be delivered on time. Then maybe it can happen. Excuse for that particular person. So we have to see case-to-case basis. Not everybody can say the reason I'm working, so Jumat can be excuse for me. We have to see case-to-case basis. Okay? And when we come to pandemic time, as we understand that, each of them are given 3 weeks, 1 time to perform Jumu'ah prayer. Okay, due to in Muiz context where they want everybody to have the opportunity to feel the prayer. as the number of congregants only very less at the point of time. Now, Alhamdulillah, they have increased. And I believe everybody can have a slot every week, if I'm not wrong, because sometimes I've been invited. So only last 2 weeks ago only I booked after so many months. If not, Alhamdulillah, got some invitation. So it's like if you got the opportunity, you don't, oh no, I don't want, no, I'm not going to pray. This is pandemic. If you book and your booking is accepted, I mean, there's no excuse for you to say, unless you are not feeling well. Remember, you are not feeling well, don't go to the mosque. That is not. But outside that. So remember, things are getting better. And the hukum will change. Okay, so I repeat again, things are getting better. We don't talk about this new Omicron, that new virus, we don't talk. I'm talking about the Salah Jumu'a, that thing. As long as there's no new restrictions, we stick to this. So the hukum will change. If you book and the booking accept. Last week you go and pray, this week you book, sorry. And there will come a message that you have performed prayer, so it's a rukhsah for you, you can perform your Zuhur prayer. Something like that. Okay? But now I believe last week you prayed, this week you book, you still can get the slot. If you can get the slot, that means it's not saying that, oh, I didn't go to the mosque because COVID. Unless you are not feeling well. Remember, Salat Jumat is fardu ain. Okay? It's fardu ain. For male. For female in Mazhab Shafi'i is sunnah. Then Ustaz, sunnah, I want to come and pray. As we understand, in Singapore we have about 71 mosques. For Jumu'ah prayer sometimes not enough space. Okay? Not enough space. Now we have 3 slots, 2 slots, they open a lot of zones, okay. But normal time, only one time prayer, you can see people praying outside the road. Some mosques got car park, people be praying at the car park, under the hot sun. So when women are sunnah, why we tell the woman you pray Zuhur at home, don't come and pray Jumu'ah? Because sunnah and wajib, we give prioritize to wajib. Maybe who is wajib? Guys, we suddenly come, we give one space for women. That space we can replace with those who brothers who need to pray Jummah prayer and they cannot pray. I mean outside, no space for them. So that's why we substitute. We need to understand, oh, so it's sunnah one, I want reward. Correct. But we must give priority. It's different from Hari Raya prayer. See, Hari Raya prayer, mosques in Singapore open for female. And not only pray in the mosque, during Hari Raya, it is also open to pray some of the white decks under the block. Some even have in the stadium. This outside pandemic, outside COVID. So we must know how to understand the scenario. Not say, oh, this is the ruling, I must be doing like that. Unless we are in Makkah, Masjid Haram is so big and wide, male and female, everybody can go and pray, no problem. But we are in Singapore context, we see the mosque in Singapore, we don't have a lot of surah in Singapore compared to Malaysia. Malaysia got surah, so you know, you don't go to the big mosque, you can go to surah. Singapore no. So that's why we must know who we should give prioritize to. That's why when we see the first beginning, when the COVID started, the Salat Jumat, how the way they break down the hukum. So Alhamdulillah, we are getting better. So this is, and this Salat Jumat, we talk about Friday itself, is a new year for us. Friday is a new year for us. That's why we have Sunnah Bab on that day. That means, Ustaz, I morning wake up, I take shower. Yes, Sunnah Bab, you make an intention, I'm taking my Sunnah Jumu'ah Bab for Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. Saja aku mandi Sunnah Jumaat, kerana Allah Ta'ala in Malay. So after that, you shower as per normal. But only thing, you make an intention. So when is the best time to take sunnah? Okay, it is the best time before you leave for your Jumu'ah prayer. That is the best time. But there are scenario where, Ustaz, I go out work 7 o'clock. From my work, I go to the mosque to pray. So at my workplace, I cannot take shower. And then morning before you go to your work, you take shower, you make your intention sunnah bab for Jumu'ah prayer. Jumu'ah. But if you are leaving from your house, before you leave, let's say you are going to leave your house at 12 o'clock, 11:30 you can take your shower. Then put on your Kitab or perfume, make yourself smells nice, and you go to the mosque. Because that is a hari raya for you. Ustaz, I come from my workplace. Okay? So some of them, they will bring extra sarung. Because of their work, sometimes their shirt, everything sweat and smelly. Some of them, they don't have extra clothes. Okay, as long as your clothes is not affected by najis. Okay, najis in English we call it filth. Urine, feces, can be from us, from animal. If it touches, you only got, that is the only cloth. So you wash that part until smell is no longer there. Okay, if you still can smell, then there comes a problem. Always remember, in fact, in order for you to remove that najis of filth, smell, taste, color, these three must be out. When these three is no longer, then the najis is clean. So color also same thing. If anything touches, you wash. Okay lah, no more color. The stain is different. Sometimes the stain you cannot, because you need to put soap and everything. But this is the only you have from work you are coming. The same thing goes if anything touches in your undergarment. Something go toilet, you urine, suddenly the urine touch on your underwear. How? Or I don't go salat. That is not the reason. Not the whole urine touch your whole shirt. You bathe with urine or what? No. You see, just slightly. So what you do? Take the water, just touches. Let's say this is your underwear where urine touches this part. So just take this part, wash like that. Or it touches here, you just bring this side and you wash. It will be uncomfortable after that when you wear, because it's water wet. But you want to salat. It's not a reason for you to get excuse from salat because you didn't touch on your underwear or your clothes. So that's why you need to stand by a cloth, sarung, or extra t-shirt, extra undergarment for you. We are only excused from salat when we lose our mind, then we coma, we faint, we become mad, or inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un, we die. Other than that, there's no excuse for us. We got excuse from salat. Salat is a compulsory, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. I believe in these 2 years of COVID, we are still undergoing. We are not happily Yahoo. Okay, no yet. See, we are still wearing masks and everything. But these 2 years, we see a lot of them have returned back to Allah. A lot of them have died. And some of them are very young. If you see in Malaysia, in overseas, I ever read a news, 6-year-old or 5-year-old boy in the hall where his, if I'm not wrong, the mother passed away, the father is in ICU. All the COVID patients, that he walk around, people got food, give him. Just imagine. So from here, what we understand, ajal maut, malaikat maut anytime can come take our roh from us. Anytime the death will come to us. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. I believe last 2 days ago, Friday, you all have attended Friday prayer. The khutbah was about iman. How you going to strengthen your iman with this new 2022. The beginning of the first Friday, where the khutbah was talking about iman. How you going to increase your iman? How you going to still uphold your iman? And we must remember one thing, the point, kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Every human will taste the death. Young boy, teenager, adult, old people, male, female, everybody. I cannot say, oh, I'm still young, I'm healthy, I will not die first. You will never know. You are sick, you are healthy. Once your time comes, malaikat maut will come, just take and go. Bye-bye. One said, oh, you haven't eat dinner. Okay, then you eat first, huh? I take later. No. Oh, you want to wait. I want to go and urine first. No. Want to take, just take. Because Allah already ordered that particular time. Allah already ordered, after 2 years, today I'll be meeting you. That is takdir. So that's why, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, so it's very, very important for us to instill this thing, our iman, especially our prayer. We will never know what will happen to us. Nobody can predict what is happening around of our situation. But nowadays, alhamdulillah, when COVID attacked us, we will say it's not that serious. After we take 3 jabs, COVID come is something like, you rest at home 7 days, okay, alhamdulillah. Last time when COVID come, all these people going to die. Now is alhamdulillah, but when we are in that mode, there comes another new thing. So it's very difficult. And our lives still have to carry on. If not, a lot of them will be affected. And with that, our neighbor countries, we see, they are affected by flood. Allah, and that is sad. Yeah, Ustaz, one day we are saved. But if Allah tuned that year, what will happen to us? We don't know. So we have to feel that empathy for them. These are eye-opener for us. So that's why when we talk about this bab Salat, chapter of Salat, it is very, very important for us. If we don't understand the definition, then we will not be performing our prayer with full of khusyuk. You will pray for the sake of praying. Allah, we just not pray. Yeah, I come to the mosque, I pray Maghrib Jama'ah, that's it, finish. Every single, we don't know tomorrow are we still alive to pray Maghrib again. We never know. So after this, inshallah, those who are still here for pray Isha, pray with your full concentration, khusyuk, focus. Because you will never know what will happen to us next. So that's why, so it's important, especially Salat Jumaat. Inshallah, next week we will continue with what are the requirements, condition, or we call it Malay syarat-syarat sah salat, syarat-syarat wajib salat, Jumaat. We will discuss on that, and we will look into the hadith which has, the author has compiled in Kitab Bulughul Maram. Wallahu a'lam bissawab. Thanks a lot for your time. Inshallah, we pray for Allah SWT is all in our affairs, and may Allah SWT bless us. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Let's end our this session by saying tasbih kafara to us. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asri inna insana fi khusr alladhina amanu wa 'amilus solihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr. Aqulu qawli hadha wa astaghfirullah lazim li wa lakum wa billahi tawfiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.